Come on in, sit down, and shut up. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, we about to talk about negative men. Somebody told me I came to see if I'm negative. Come on in, we about to talk about negative men. Now, I'm telling y'all, listen, it's 2023. I'm not about to play with y'all, right? And I'm saying that in y'all voice the whole 2023, right? I'm not about to play with y'all. Now, I make plenty of videos holding women accountable with no excuses, right? No excuses or reasons even why somebody else is to blame for how the fuck you act, right? So we not gonna come on this bitch, fellas. And I'm saying fellas and men right now, for those y'all that's gonna try to pretend like this don't apply to you, cause you ain't no nigga. It's just a figure of speech I use on these motherfucking lives to make it just a little bit more vulgar, a little bit more aggressive, make the video travel. So I'm going to speak to you kings and elite men from a loving space. You could still be negative while being a king. You could still be negative while being a grown man in y'all voice. I'm not playing with y'all on this whole ass shit when we get on here, right? And I start talking what I'm gonna talk. How the fuck you act as a grown ass man, that's on you. Running around blaming bitches for why you operate the way you operate, we're not gonna do that in 2023 on this motherfucking live. Just want to make that clear, because I don't play with hoes, and I'm not going to play with you niggas neither. Won't play with you kings or you men either. I just want to get that clear. Because y'all love to come on this hoe and make it seem like, well, she using the word nigga, so that don't apply to me. Sir, you can be a negative grown man as well. You can be a negative king as well. Y'all got to normalize motherfucking just being honest about your character right now and changing that shit. Stop trying to blame somebody else for how the fuck you wake up and choose to act. Stop trying to blame other people or hold us accountable for your traumas. Whatever the fuck happened to you, young man, sir, king, bro, brother in the past, and it has you operating a certain way right now based on you choosing to, that's on you. You ain't finna get on this hoe and blame damn female for how the fuck you act. And we gonna stand on that all the way through this motherfucker. And y'all know I'm saying this because I get on the live any day and I hold women accountable all the motherfucking time with no excuses. I cuss their ass the fuck out too as soon as they get on this bitch trying to act like a man, making them act a certain kind of way. So we won't do that today, sir. We talking about negative men. Not negative women, not negative children, not negative birds, not negative ants, not negative dogs, not negative bears, but negative men. Could we talk about negative women? Yes. Could we talk about negative children? Yes. Could we talk about negative birds and stars and worms? Yes, we could. But on this live today, we're going to stay on topic and we're talking about one thing: negative men. Anybody got a problem with that? This is your cue to log the fuck off. Because I didn't ask you to come on here. I merely went live. Facebook notified you based on how you got your shit set the fuck up. So if you don't want to talk about this on this day, get your motherfucking ass off of here. Don't sit, wait to be triggered and try to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about or ask me what's going on in my personal life so that you can avoid taking accountability for whether you negative or not as a man, a king, a nigga, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. Do we have that understood? Chip, that's not what we talking about. You already off track. Now, you might have been in them little slow classes in high school, but we're going to stay the course on this. Yes, we could talk about other negative beings. That's not what this live is about, right? Let me help you. Sometimes I do Zooms on budgeting. In that Zoom, we're only going to talk about budgeting. Sometimes I do Zooms on relationships. In that Zoom, we're only going to talk about relationships. Could we talk about other things? Yes, we could. But that's not on subject. So we're going to stay on subject today in this live. Got it? Everybody clear on this? Now, ladies, pay attention to the comments from this point forward. Because the niggas that this apply to, they're going to get triggered and they're going to comment things that have nothing to do with what the fuck I'm talking about. They're going to go back and do some of the very stuff that I'm saying on the front of this live, right? So just don't speak, don't even type shit. Just watch the comments and you're going to be able to see clearly who the fuck I'm talking about and who it doesn't apply. Now, the other thing is you will see some men on here that they're open to growth. They're willing to be accountable for where they at right now. And based on that, they're willing to learn something or just simply make themselves more aware of what's happening with them and move forward, changing that shit. Move forward saying, I'm going to go work on that. You won't see them comment nothing crazy. Instead, they will ask questions at times to get a better understanding. But sis, pay attention to the comments. Because these niggas gonna deflect when it come down to them being triggered about this shit, right? So I said earlier, right? I'm all for Operation Get Rid of the Negative Niggas in Your Life for 2023. I'm for that, right? But now y'all got to understand there is a thin line between a negative nigga and a nigga that actually has a plan for his life that don't revolve around your pussy, right? I'm gonna say that again. There is a such thing as a negative man, a negative nigga, a negative king. I have to say it like this because niggas gonna get on here and just act like that don't apply to them because of the verbiage I'm using. But there is a such thing as a negative nigga, and then there is a man that has a plan for his life that does not revolve around getting pussy or chasing pussy all day long. So you have to be careful because a lot of y'all as females, when you cannot manage your emotions, you end up in a space where you feel some type of way about a man and you think that he's negative. And he's not being negative. He actually just has a plan for his life, right? Y'all following me so far? Anybody not keeping up so far? So when I say there's a thin line, you have selfish ass negative niggas, and then you got a man with boundaries. Sometimes this could feel like the same thing when you're overwhelmed with emotion.